spiritual shifts, gifts, and energy activation. That's what the Libra Collective can expect for August 2025. Hello, Schoolhouse Intuitive here. Let's dive in using tarot and oracle cards as well as channeled intuitive messages for you. What is August going to be for us? What will it be? What will it bring? There's definitely a potent energetic shift, and it could change your life. It could reveal opportunities for growth, love, unexpected adventures, maybe even someone is generous with you, either in heart or with actual, resources of another kind. Something you can put your hands on. Let's see. We have Independence, card 11, Aquarius energy on this card. This is about holding nothing back, to stepping in a direction, stepping into your light, okay? I really do feel that for August. This is about, for some of you, knowing who deceived you, okay? Knowing who to, quote, blame. I did receive that in channeled messages when I did your 2025 reading, which when I looked into this month specifically. And their mask will slip, okay? It can also have to do with you living more truly in your authenticity. I did get something about stay positive because you are turning a corner. And again, look at the bigger picture. And something is settled. You're turning a page on something. And it can involve siblings, custody, children, a settlement. I did get information, or I just got like sister energy. I heard it clairaudiently. You're very magnetic this month too, okay? Empowerment was a theme, and I'm not surprised, because we do have that strength card as one of the major arcanas for Leo, and it is Leo season. Most of August is Leo season. So that is, we know what the strength card is, right? Power, courage, inner strength, compassion, self-respect, all that. Being bold maybe, but not necessarily, with the strength card, it's a different type of boldness, right? It's like being bold and assertive, but in more of a gentle way even. So we also have originality, 11, another Aquarius card. So now you have 1111, okay? So this is divine timing, right? Divine intervention. Let's get the 1111 card out. It's like, use your own intuition. I think you're going to be getting a lot of, that could be part of this energetic activation that I was picking up on. Yeah, you have 1111, sign of spiritual awakening. So you're drawn to higher vibrations. Exactly. This is a surge of energy, I feel, for the collective. So I do feel that it's going to be a big shift that could change your life. And I do think that for some of you, it is spiritual awakening. Absolutely. And I also think that for some of you, you've been maybe holding back on some sort of adventure or business idea, or just being more you, even if it is adding bold colors to your life, or, changing your look altogether, or trying something new that you are a beginner at. This is all, it's about like embarking on this journey of self-discovery too. It does very much feel like that. You have friendship and exaltation here. So separately though. So friendship, card 4. And this is Cancerian energy. Okay. Let's see what else we have for you. So for exaltation, I'm feeling kind of like, happiness. That definitely. And like, you see almost this like double cornucopia here. So this is maybe you also being, if something's exalted, it could be also rising, so you could be rising up in some way. You could be elevating. A friendship could turn into a love. That is another thing I was getting intuitively before. So yeah, there could be just, yeah. I love that. I love the growth that's coming in. There's a lot of positivity. Cards, when I did the 2025 reading for August, you had this was when I did it in the December reading, you had Ace of Cups and you had 7 of Swords in reverse. That's one reason I felt that, like, if there's been deception, it's coming undone. Because I also did receive the message clairaudiently about a mask being revealed, like the mask slipping kind of thing. couple of flowers came through if you're into that. We had orchid and marigold, but the name Mary or something that contains Mari, Mary and Mario, any of that could also resonate. Something to do with the name Cherie or Sandra, Chandra, name like that. So turning a corner though, staying positive, holding nothing back, right? Step into your light. That's that sun energy. Also the other card of Leo in the major arcana. And you have in the reverse, Knight of Swords. I feel it's important to get all the information, get all the facts before acting on something. And you could be holding yourself back in some way. All right. There is this energy of like maybe being independent. It's too unpredictable. Okay. That could be something. That could be something that is, you know, preventing you from moving forward with an idea or something like that. I'm getting kind of like you've been holding back maybe, but something shifts and then maybe you release yourself from that energy. What else do we have? Okay, you have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, again, like kind of, I mean, the thing with the painful ending is there's usually that new day dawning, right, in the background there. It's always there. That fresh start, new start. You'll notice the swords, they're not actually hurting him in any way. But it is like not like literally, he's not like done. But this is falling under originality. And I feel as though you may be feeling kind of like maybe you're not able to be yourself. That's because it's falling under originality and you have independence next to it. And I kind of feel as though you're holding back, or maybe you've put yourself out there before in love or in work or something, or you've gone on your own with something and it's not worked out. So I feel like it's time to put that to rest. It's time to put that to bed. Okay. I do feel as though a door is closed. I just heard a door shut in clairaudiently. So what else do we have? General reading, of course, only take what resonates. You have free will, final say, you know best. Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So this is cool because it's falling under friendship. And I feel as though this is like kind of working on something harmonious. There's definitely an energy of balance, patience. It's give and take. Someone could have been holding back on their emotions. I do feel that. If it's like, say, a friendship that's going to turn into maybe something like love. Of course, we'll look into that too a little bit. Let's see what we have for you. We'll pull cards specific to money, love. We'll get another angel number or two. We'll get guardian angel messages, sun oracle messages, probably some moon cards, animal cards, all kinds of cards for the Libra collective. All right. Spiritual shifts, gifts, and an awakening of some kind. Activation. Here's the 8 of Swords. You're not going to be stuck forever if you're feeling stuck. Okay, that's what I heard clairaudiently just now, as I do channel messages throughout the reading, of course. But it feels as though there's actually something that's coming in and freeing you again from whatever's holding you back. It's amazing. I'm totally getting this energy. Like, do not hold back. And also, if you're feeling as though you're not being appreciated for your originality, for that independent, awesome person you are, know that realness still exists. It's still valued. All right. There's something to be said for that. There could be something you're not quite seeing. Okay. When we have this 8 of Swords, it could be even like a false imprisonment, right? Self-imposed restrictions, that sort of thing. Focusing on how you're stuck, maybe, when actually maybe you're not actually stuck. It's funny because I pointed out, not truly, but I know some of us, money and things, it's hard to just like up and leave, right? But maybe hopefully you're one of the ones who gets that treasure windfall. I'm looking at my notes from what I had for August from that 2025 reading I did months ago. But I had pointed out in this Ten of Swords that they're not actually being like painfully stuck. Of course, there is this energy too where it's like something may have to get more uncomfortable before there's an end to it. It's unfortunately. So we have, oh, okay, we have the King of Wands here. King of Wands. This can have to do with major transformation. We are in the year of the snake if you were born in 1977 or 78 up till February something. So February to February, right? And yeah, it's year of transformation. It's the wood snake this year. And funny, they have a wooden wand, but it's a fire sign. So fiery time right now with Leo energy. Yeah, the King of Wands, as well as the Queen of Wands. I mean, this is someone who's courageous, very Leo, right? This is someone who's an entrepreneur. They could be witty, charming. They're confident, attractive. Everybody kind of notices them, right? So they're definitely an independent energy. Very, very independent thinkers, creators. These are your innovators, right? Talk about originality and independence. You have the Star card. Star card. Ignore the orange dots there if you could. Okay, so the Star card keeps showing up. I love this, and it's coming right under that originality. So be that star you are. Step into the spotlight, shine, claim your center stage. All right, be you to the very fullest if you can. I mean, you can though. That's the thing. I know it can be hard. We'll look into if there are blocks in the way though, and how, just how to embrace the change, how to manifest your desires, and just step into a brighter future. Not just step into it, but create it. Right? I feel that there's definitely an opportunity to unlock some wisdom, some new abundance for a lot of us in some way. It doesn't have to just be money. For some of us, I think it will be. But there's a lot of energy here for growth, new beginnings. The Star card too has to do with healing, rebuilding, whatever it is you want to happen. And I love that we have it with the Temperance card, because there are both these cards of tapping into the collective consciousness of having that connection to the cosmos. This is about having that kind of balance too. Balance and patience and care is being taken maybe with a certain situation, but it is clarity too. Especially like when I have them together, I feel like you're clearly seeing something now that you've been patient with. It kind of seems like that. That's what it does feel like. But it is in our energy of hope, rejuvenation, having faith still, regardless of what's been going on. It can be one of the hardest things we can do sometimes is remain faithful, right? Let's see what else we have. What do we need to know about friendship? My goodness. So there is something here. Sun card, there it is. That's the best card you can get, especially for August. This is joyous outcome, celebration. That's like that exaltation there. Yeah, this is really good. You have the Star card and then you have the Sun card. That's incredible. I mean, those are two stars. It's like double star energy. Wham, wham, Increase in vitality. If something, again, like I was getting, if there's like Seven of Swords energy, because it was in reverse in that reading I did for this year, for August, it's going to come out into the open. And that's what the Sun card can have to do with. Things coming out, right? That awareness. You might be also more in tune with what your body, mind, soul needs and acting on it too. My goodness. I just say all that and you get an Ace of Swords, and that can be a breakthrough. That can be clarity. I definitely feel if you've been stuck, this could be the time where you get unstuck. Like getting out of the mud, feeling as though your wheels are spinning in mud. This is the start of getting out of that. For some of you, you'll get all the way out. And for others, it's like the beginning of that, Okay, so the Ace of Swords. Generally, though, I always focus when I see the Ace of Swords, or any of the swords really, but especially this one because you can see it so clearly, so plainly. it cuts both ways, right? It's like that double-edged sword. So as much as you might be moving into something that feels much better, maybe a new relationship, love, partnership, etc., because you have friendship here, and then like the Sun card and all that. And I feel as though, like I said, it could be taking a relationship or something to the next level. There's something, as much as you're reaching for something else, there's that door closing behind you. So there is something being cut out, basically, to open this new door, to turn that key. It's like one door closes and you turn the key in August and then open another door. That's what it feels like. Very transformative energy. Yeah. Embrace the new opportunities. Yeah. It's like it's a prelude. I feel it's a prelude to a very powerful set of eclipses in September. Okay, and you have the Devil card and you have the Queen of Swords. And that, my friends, makes total sense after what I was just saying, doesn't it? Maybe you're having to cut out something that was just an unhealthy dependency. You know, the Queen of Swords, they don't mess around. Like they have their Ace of Swords in hand here, and they're like, yep, unhealthy, obsessive, excessive, dependency, addictive, whatever, lust, it's all got to go, right? Only doing real stuff here. Again, realness still exists. Maybe some of you have waited for your opportunity to really be original, go for it, live your best self, live your best life. I mean, have that right job for you, the right relationships in your life. Queen of Swords is making some cuts. She's like, yep, I'm clear. She's very clear, very clear. So you may have an opportunity too to just clear the air and really stop some unhealthy habits. For some of you, it could be, as I was getting before, like kind of paying attention more into like what your body needs. You might be feeling a lot more tuned in that way. Just what you need for overall better health and vitality, so you can, you know, enjoy that sun energy there of hope, of vitality. So you have the Star card, Sun card. You have like hope, vitality, you know, and children. I mean, there could be also. I am getting like a birth energy here, so some of you could be giving literal birth or hearing of someone expecting at some point. Maybe you hear about it in August, or someone could be due in August. I do feel that energy. Okay, you also have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. So you have your second knight here. Second knight. Now, the Knight of Wands can be a very impulsive energy. I think, okay, here's what I think. It's a randomly specific message. Not here's what I think. It's all channeled. Here's what I feel. What I feel is someone from, okay, we're in Mercury retrograde. It could happen. It's not going to happen for all of you. Sorry if you don't want to hear it, but someone from your past could come back. It could be a younger male energy. That's what I get. Because that's, you know, because the Knight of, and it could be a Capricorn even, or an earth sign of some kind. Because look, here's what I'm looking at. This is what we have here. She has turned her back to this energy. Maybe, you know, as I said, it could be a Capricorn, but it could be really any sign, but it's anything that was just not right, that was unhealthy, that was codependent, anything in excess, you know, not to use a word again, but toxic, you know, we overuse that word so much, but yeah, anything not good. She turned her back to it. But look, then you have somebody else coming in, or it could be the same person coming back around, giddy up, wanting to take another ride here. No free rides. You could have had somebody that did not value you. Again, we have to know our worth here in August and all the time. All right. Knight of Wands too. You could be watch being impulsive though. Don't go back to something. This could also be you, like don't be impulsive, you know, and going back to something that doesn't suit you, serve you, you know. We could be tempted because there could be a lot of emotions around, and you know, that fiery Leo energy, you know, the passion, oh, the lust. Anyway, but yeah, it is a time where too you Libra could be feeling and looking extra good. So, oh my goodness, and there's your Libra card, Justice. As I always say, justice just is. So something here, you have it right on top of an Ace of Swords. The truth comes out. All right. The truth comes out. And I think it has to do with the truth comes out about some change that you've needed to make, about something that's got to go. It's again, something leaves and you step into a much more powerful time. Cause and effect here with the Justice card, consequences for someone maybe too. But these are two cards of clarity, the Eight of Swords and the Justice card. And then you have it on top of the Eight of Swords. Some of you are realizing, you know what? I'm not stuck. Nope. I'm not actually weak or stuck, or this isn't impossible. Maybe you've turned your back on something, let a lot of things slide, let a lot of things go here, looking at these three cards. It was painful, though. It's too much. It's become too much. That saying, the straw that broke the camel's back? I kind of feel like that could be the energy. Like it was the last straw for something. We could also see this play out on a global scale or world stage or something like that too. I have to think of that these days, especially when I see the Justice card. What else do we have, please? Let's get some Divine Direction cards, actually. Divine Direction cards for the Libra Collective. Oh, yikes. You have, okay. So many cards. Okay, Spring, Heart Calling, Reconciliation, Frenemies, Say Yes, and Illuminate. So whatever you're wanting could be yours in spring. It's rebirth, spiritual rejuvenation, love, growth awaits. You have Heart Calling, total Leo energy here. Although, Virgo season starts in August too, so don't want to leave the Virgos out. Reveal your heart's calling. You have everything you need, and now's the time to follow your heart's desire. That's exactly it. Be fully you in August. Be fully you. And I mean, when I say in August, I mean, that's because the focus of the reading is on August, but all the time, right? Reconciliation. So someone from your past could, again, it's just what I said. Someone could be returning to your life, but remember, it's up to you if you want to revisit. The frenemies, I already talked about someone who could be wearing a mask. It comes out. Be careful who you listen to and what you share. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. And also say yes. So take a chance and say yes. Yes to the offer. Yes to the romance. You're ready for this. Whatever this is, you're ready for this. These could not be more like August Leo energy type cards. I mean, Illuminate. You've got the golden card here. You actually had Yellow Butterfly come out in the 2025 reading. You've got Frenemies here, which you had the Seven of Swords then. Heart Calling. I mean, the golden egg. I think of gold. I think of the heart of the lion. And, yeah, just think about it. And then Illuminate here, and there's the sun. Like, you can't make this up. You could not ask for more like Leo type August cards. So this says people are drawn to your radiant energy and who you are. The spotlight is shining your way as you reach the top. When we have the sun card and the star card together, watch out. Be the star you are. You seriously are. Yeah. Yep. That's right. But maybe some of you don't realize it, or you just haven't shown the world. For August, if you're interested in moons, we have the August full moon. Depending on where you are, it's on August 9th. It's the Sturgeon full moon. It's called the Sturgeon full moon by some Native Americans. And the new moon is on August 22nd. And of course, I'll be doing readings. I do readings generally definitely every full moon and usually every new moon too. So, or for that time anyway. What else do you have? I'm getting studio. And then I heard a name like Bryant. I heard Ashley just now. Emily. I'm hearing names now. I don't know if I said it. I don't think I did. I did get Sister Energy. I got Orchid and Marigold as flowers. The name Mary, or a name that has Mari as a start or in it, could mean something to you. And this was back in December when I channeled these. And then I also got Sandra, Cherie, Chandra, something, Shan something. So partial name there too. All right, what else do we have? Something will be settled. That can actually be the justice card. It's something being settled. Siblings, children, custody. There's something there. And yeah, look at the bigger picture with August. There's definitely, because I definitely feel there's a mixed bag kind of energy. And I just heard it intuitively or psychically, treat yourself. You need to make sure you're making time to enjoy the simple pleasures in life, right? Hierophant. If we want to shine brightly, we do have to make sure we feed our soul, right? Feed your creative spark too. Whatever gets you going, whatever gets you more activated, your own energy activated. Because I did feel an energy activation. So that could be a focus for you. Maybe it's through your own spirituality here, Hierophant. Maybe you're accessing some new spiritual wisdom. That was coming through too. Spiritual awakening, spiritual gifts, or gifts in general. Maybe you're showcasing your gifts. But this can also be more of a commitment to spirituality. Oh, this one too. Okay. 3 of Wands. And going outside that comfort zone. Definitely going outside that comfort zone here. Expansion. That's what it's all about. Expansion. Expand your light. Expand. The more you put yourself out there and expand, and you just put out there what you want, what you wish to receive, I mean, the more likely you are to have it. But I also feel like you just naturally are opening yourself up with your energy to more opportunities coming in. I mean, it's because you're actually open to it. You see how open they are? Maybe for a while you haven't been open. But it's like, oh, okay, I just heard open your heart and open your eyes. Wow. All right. So it can have so many different meanings. So you'll know what it means for you. Only take what resonates, right? Open your heart, open your eyes. Something or someone could have been there all along admiring you. You may have an admirer come out to you. Also, it's not just that. It's like, open up to this. You love this. Like, open your eyes, like, do it. There's that energy too that I'm getting, because we have the 8 of Swords and Justice, and they both have the blindfold, and that's like intuitive activation. And so, yeah, for some of you, it's like you already, you are opening your third eye, like you're getting the messages, but now we have to do it. There's this definite, like, the guides want to help us if we also help ourselves. And it is amazing how quickly they will work if we are also coming to the table or whatever. But sometimes they don't happen because things have to be in 11/11 timing. They have to be in divine timing. We don't always know why, right? Yeah, we don't always know why. And I look at the deck. Look, now we have the Moon card. Yeah, sometimes we have fear, we have anxiety, or sometimes just there are things, unexpected or unseen issues that we don't need to know about. It's just, it didn't happen because divine intervention took place, right? But this is an end to illusions. I mean, when you have the Sun card and you have the Moon card, I mean, what do you have? Well, you've got an eclipse right here. An eclipse we're already in that feeling of the eclipse energy. I've been feeling it, even in July. So I'm highly sensitive to it. Cancer is ruled by the Moon, and I'm a Cancer rising, so Libra Sun, as well as many other Libra placements, but Cancer rising and many other Cancer placements. So anyway, if you cared, but I feel as though it's very, well, I mean, they're using their voice too. I'm getting that. Even if someone doesn't agree, it's like, it's not up to us to convince somebody of how great we are at something. Sometimes it's like we just are, and either they take us or leave us, right? But when we have the Sun and the Moon, as I said, eclipse season, and generally, just like I was saying with a double-edged sword, like something's got to go. Something we're going to eclipse something out. What are we closing that door on? So that we can shine more radiantly. It's almost like you're a star in the night sky, and so someone's out there trying to admire you as the star you are. It's so corny, but seriously, hang in there, please. You're this beautiful star in the night sky, or the moon, right? And then your housemate comes and turns the outside light on. And now you can't even see that star anymore. You can't, it's kind of like I'm getting someone is kind of trying to dim your light, or even if they're not trying, it's happening. It doesn't have to be a person, it could be the environment. There's something in your environment, or even in your internal environment, could be fears, anxiety, whatever, that is dulling that star's light a little bit. It's still there. It still is totally there, full of potential, waiting to be admired or whatever, but like we can't really see it all the way because there's this other thing, fear, person, situation, something, doubt, self-doubt, right? An illusion of some kind. There's just something else around that isn't allowing it to fully shine. And this season, this August, this Leo season into Virgo is the time to fully shine. I know it sounds corny and it's probably overused, but I can't deny it when you have 17, 18, 19. You have star, moon, sun. Some of you really are paying attention to the night sky, right? But you know what happens when we have eclipses? Well, one thing blocks another, right? And I feel like that's happening in your life. Maybe something is blocking something else that wants to shine you. That's what I get. And the only thing I could think of is like, have you ever been outside and like you're trying to admire the light, the sky, and then someone activates the motion sensor or whatever, motion detector, and like the light comes on. You're like, come on, now I can't even really see it. And you have to wait 3 minutes or however long the timer is for it to go out again. That's what it feels like. So there's been this sort of like overcast, and August is not calling for an overcast. August is calling us to hold nothing back, to be real, to step in the direction of our light, and to be that star, to be the light. As corny as it is, that's just it. That's what it is. That's the message. I mean, there's no other way. Look at this. 3 of Swords. What's that all about? This is regret. This can be grief. There's some sort of heartbreak. Some of you, yeah, it's like it can be a card of stress, emotional pain in some way, possibly. You could be replaying breakups with exes and losses of friendships and how things are not the same. You could be doing that too. And now I'm being brought back to Marigold or to Mari, first part of someone's name, Mari. So you could be finding yourself, or someone is reminiscing about you. And yeah. And I'm getting eagle right now. So an eagle could mean something. It could even be an emblem or something, eagle. Okay. I'm hearing the noise, the sound of it, like a screeching or a. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that is somebody's randomly specific message. Hopefully you'll leave a comment about it because I just got major physical confirmation of that on my crown chakra. So thank you. Some of you too, you might be doing tapping of some kind. Either it's like the EFT, emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping, tapping. And you say the positive affirmations, you tap on all different parts of your body. You don't actually do you don't do this part, but anyway. Okay, so anyway, yeah, there's something like that. So I feel like there's something that you need to be, oh yeah, because the eagle too has to do with freedom, right? So it's like freeing yourself from what's kept you, this is a very interesting message, emotionally captive. That's what they just told me. Clairaudiently, my guides, what's been holding you emotionally like captive freeing yourself, and you soar. And then there's this like, it makes me think of like a motorcycle. I used to ride a motorcycle. But anyway, it makes me think of, you know, the open road and being free, and that free spirit of, the only time I think I could be the closest to a bird without actually having to fly is when you're on the open road on a motorcycle. Like that's that freedom, that release, that I love it. That's what it is. It's that kind of, it's or like, you know, jumping into a pool of cool, awesome water on like a hot day, right? What else do you have? You have the King of Pentacles, who kind of bounced off the table. Maybe finances are all around. Yeah. It helps to be a literal thinker sometimes, but also creative, because like the fact that he like fell off the table, maybe this is some sort of like, yeah, finances are all over the place, or there could be a surprise regarding finances. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is abundant. This is someone who is prosperous, generous, secure. This is a provider, right? This is a wise investor. This is going to be a longer reading, so FYI. But maybe I think too, oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm glad that was on camera. At least I hope it was. Putting this down. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Okay. Well, anyway, I put this down because I was just about to pick these up and say, maybe after some sort of heartbreak, either you have like earth energy coming in some way. Maybe you're connecting more to like earth element, or you're actually, because earth would be, you know, like your physical material world, wealth, safety, abundance, foundation, things in the, you know, things like in the 3D, like the groundedness even. And then I was going to say, maybe you're like getting a little more settled, and as far as a past grief, heartache, or maybe you're healing finally after something that was painful. And yeah, and then we have the Hermit, and we keep getting the Hermit with the star, and the Hermit has the star within the lantern. Why are they holding their star though? They're at the top of the mountain all by themselves, reflecting, going within, inner guidance, right? Spiritual solitude. This is searching for the truth. It can be a caution to watch out, you know, don't listen to everything you hear, right? Go within, make time for it. But here's the thing. I want to know why is that lantern? Why is the star in the lantern? We need to let that star free. Now I'm picturing it being, you know, a little birdie being let out of the cage. I bet somebody else was too, a little canary or something, like, oh, and then it can fly freely. Again, it's like flying freely in August. It's so important to, and I get, for some of you, you've been like kind of battling up against yourself. Like, you know something, and you know you need to do this, but for whatever reason, things have held us back. And we all have our reasons, right? All right, we have our reasons, but that doesn't mean we can't overcome them. And then you have, yeah, guys say you can't overcome them, and then we get a card of overcoming. You have the Six of Wands. I mean, this is amazing. So I think for some of you, you are really deeply addressing something that has kept you stuck for a while. You're getting that motivation. This is triumph over challenges. This is good news. This is leadership. It's public recognition, whether you want it or not. It's, again, like star energy, right? So the spotlight is on you, and it's also within you. That light within, right? Leading the way. So victory and success coming in for you. Love it. You just can't. I mean, this is amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so you have your divine direction cards. Let's talking about well, you know what? Let's get some gold dust cards for our abundance card. Okay. We'll also, you know what? Let's see if there are any blocks. Also, what do we need to surrender to and release? Get some advice using Moonology and everything. Oh my goodness, we have so many things to do. If you've enjoyed this reading so far, now's a great time while I'm shuffling. Go ahead and give me a like, please. Just tap that thumbs up, turn it blue. Thank you. Or is it white now? Anyway, fill it in. Thanks. All right. And consider subscribing. Yep. I post Libra videos throughout the whole week. And then on my other channel, I have I'll put that in the comments maybe, but that's where I do all signs. Anyway, okay, so maybe you're being too hard on yourself. You are a winner. It says being too hard on yourself creates unnecessary and difficult hurdles. Give yourself credit for how far you've come. You don't need to lower your bar. Stars don't do that. Stars don't get lower because, we don't see them. Like they're the star. Like that's think about that. Let's think about this for a minute. Right? If I can't see the stars, if I don't see the star at night, does the star move or do something differently just because I can't see it? No. So why do we do that for other people? I don't know. If we're truly stars, which I feel each one of us, we are, and we just need that maybe activated. We need to be maybe, our soul needs to be maybe reminded or something. But why are we always like adjusting what we're doing to suit everybody else? I mean, actual stars don't do that. And I'm not saying, oh, who cares what anybody else thinks. These readings are meant to inspire, to empower. You're here because you want to be motivated. I think, at least that's what I think. If you're 41 minutes into this kind of reading, probably you want the inspiration, right? And here it is being channeled. And yeah, I just feel like we don't take good care of ourselves and our talents, really. I think we are too hard on ourselves, and we are always seeming to try to like accommodate everybody else. So bottling up our feelings and etc. And then what does it do? It turns into illness, right? That's my belief, that stress turns into illness. They've done research, but whatever. I'm not a scientist, so don't take my word for it. But anyway, yeah. So give yourself credit. And also perfectionism, same kind of thing, too hard on yourself. Enter Virgo energy here. Give up perfection, still waiting for the perfect plan, that perfect moment to arrive. Maybe you're waiting for Mercury retrograde to end. Well, that's like all of August, because it doesn't go direct again until I think August 12th maybe. And then we're in the post shadow part. So for like 2 weeks. So, I mean, let's not, so what? People start things all the time during Mercury retrogrades. If we waited till no planets were in retrograde, we'd never get anything done, right? So stop waiting, because the time is now, with the understanding that you will constantly be making the changes needed to survive and flourish. That's just it. Maybe you don't have a clear plan, a clear path yet, but the more you start moving in the direction of what you wish to create or what you wish to see, the more, first of all, you'll get, the more the energy you'll gain momentum. Okay. And the more you will see more clearly what you don't want, what you do want, because you're getting closer and closer. And yeah, it's kind of simple when we think about it like that, but I know it's hard to take those first steps. 3 of Wands can be like, all right, getting ready, getting ready. Still on the shore or whatever though. All right. And then you have 3 more, and there's, okay, evil eye. So protect yourself. So you did, as I said, you were getting like 7 of Swords in reverse. If we get it, that's how we want it. That's what you did get for your August 2025 reading when I did it way back in December. This is like a recheck, much more in depth. But there could be some not so great energy around you, and that's not happy for your success, right? I mean, we had that, the frenemies card. So there are several ways to protect yourself from the so-called evil eye. You could burn a candle, make an herbal bath, wear an amulet to protect you from any danger that comes your way. I say you could just speak it out, like you claim your territory. You're not welcome here. Get out. I'm going to open this window, and out you go, or whatever. You can also do things that are like higher vibration, literally, like ringing bells or chimes. I've got the chimes too. You could do all kinds of different things. So whatever feels best for you. We also have conflicting desires here. So you could have an identity. Oh, no, some sort of like identify the conflict here. So you might have several completely contradictory desires that cancel each other out. Only after you have found the reasons for all your conflicting currents and understand the root of the confusion will you be able to have one clear desire going steadfastly in one direction. Remember I was talking about inner conflict? That's what it feels like. And then you have conflicting desires. At least I think I said that out loud. Then we have lack of specificity. So this is gaining clarity. I'm confident you will when you have like the star, the moon, the sun, the ace of swords, the illuminate card. I mean, come on, I do think things are going to become more clear. This is giving your mind time to process everything that crosses your vision and then setting a clear intention. We have to be clear in our manifestations, right? So become a conscious creator of your life. And actually, when it comes to August, a few other things, open up to new connections, right? We have that. Open up like your heart. There could be new opportunities for love, friendship, collaboration. So just be open, right? You may want to be reflecting on past patterns in relationships and things to identify what doesn't work, to let go of the baggage, process to release, right? Don't go too far in, right? Okay. And if you need to work with a professional, obviously do that. Set intentions too for the future and make sure that they really align to what you feel is authentic to you. And you could also journal, meditate, spend time in nature. I find spending time in nature works really well for me. So let's see. How can we stay high vibing in August? Give us another bit of advice. I do weekly readings every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way, for the Libra Collective. And the All Signs one is at 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings on my other channel. So you have several cards came out. Oh, this one too? All right, there's one on the floor. Hang on. So we have choices. Choose the good. Remember, every moment is a choice. What do you choose in this moment? Remember, you do have a choice. Do not be the one who robs yourself from your own sovereignty, okay? You're that authority in your life. Shazam. What words tickle your fancy? Pull them out, say them, play with them. All right, and then you have gratitude. Write a list of 10 things you're grateful for. Feel the gratitude. Hold the feeling in your body. Start to notice more. Gratitude, it's true. It does attract more to be grateful for just because you're in that mindset, right? So it's like, of course it's going to do that if you're really doing it. I kept a gratitude journal for 180 days. No, it was more than that. It was over a year. It was 18 months. Sorry, 18 months. No, there was a 1 and an 8. Yeah, 18 months I did it. Every single day. I had this tiny little like spiral notebook, the kind that's only like this big, right? Like, well, you can't really tell. It's like the size of like my hand. And each day I would just write one thing I'm grateful for. And some days it was like, I'm grateful for the sun, and then other days it was like, I had like 10 things I could write. So yeah. Oh, and there was one more. Where is it? Laughter. Laughter instantly shifts the situation or environment into a higher vibration. So hang out with kids, watch a comedy, start laughing. I watch pet videos, funny, like unlikely animal friend videos. It'll have like a donkey who's friends with like a bird or something, or whatever. If nothing else, start with a smile. So if you can't laugh, at least try to smile. You don't have to do any of this, right? Let's tune in really quickly to relationships, though. Just see if it's a relationship thing. Here we go. Just a little bit of advice or insight about relationships. Oh, wrong deck. Okay. Ooh, no, too many. That's all right. Okay. All right. Actually, oh my goodness. Yeah, there was like a whole stack. That's the wrong deck. If you're going to be explosive, you can't be here right now. Okay. All right. Not you. The cards. All right. You need to be in a timeout. Thank you. No, just think about what you've done. No, I'm just kidding. No. Timeout. No. They don't call it that anymore. We don't say timeout to kids anymore. Nope. Times have changed. All right. We usually say things like take a break or go to the mindfulness chair. So, yep. Totally different, but let's see what else. Maybe you need a timeout. Maybe you need to take a breather from certain things, or go to the mindfulness chair. Take a break. Wow. All right. Love, relationships, open up to change. New moon in Aquarius. Maybe they'll be in Aquarius. Open up to change. Go for it. Okay. New moon in Aries. This could be any area of your life, but I did ask about relationships and release control. Ooh, Taurus. We like it's, you know, it's a balance to release control, but also keep a grip on reality, right? Don't want to get lost. And then we have reflect on your priorities. Yeah, maybe make a list of your non-negotiables. Like what must they have and what must they not, because it would be a deal breaker. Like maybe you're like, nope, I can't do the smoking, or I don't want somebody who, you know, doesn't work, or so, you know, it could be just a variety of different things. What else do we have? But then like they have to do that. Maybe they have to be, you know, similar to your beliefs in spirituality. Maybe it has to happen, or they have to have a job, or whatever it is. Trust all will be well. New moon in Virgo. So you do have a lot of air and earth. I mean, you had plenty of fire too, though. So you really have everything. So step up and lead. New moon in Capricorn. So this, I mean, it does look pretty good, pretty good. And step into your power. First quarter moon in Aries. Okay. There we go. I think it's really important to know what we want, though. Let's see. I don't think we're going to use that. I was going to use my Golden Girls Tarot to clarify, but I don't really think we need to clarify. I think this is pretty in-depth, wouldn't you say? Now, let's also get some gold dust cards. I usually do a monthly money and career fortune reading regarding Libra's situations. So yeah, you tune into that each month. I do one usually for like, you know, the next 30 days. So whatever. True self. Oh my goodness. And we have like the mask coming off and being our true selves. A mask doesn't conceal you. It reveals you. Show who you are by what you do with integrity. Mm-hmm. Yep. True colors. Right? Like the song. Oh my goodness. You cannot make this up. You saw me shuffle. The deck's on the table. Okay. I did not pick up another card. There it is. You have timeout. I'm not even kidding. Resting well is as important as working hard. Take a break and do something for yourself now. Oh my goodness. For real. And wisdom. Imagination rules the world. Whatever you create becomes who you are. So, I'm hooting like an owl. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. All right. I know. You can tell I used to work with kids. I have that dad humor, and I'm not a dad. Dad jokes, right? I call them dad jokes. Anyway, okay, moving on. And thanks to donations like this one, you know who you are, I was able to purchase a few new decks, and one of them is the Queen of the Sun Oracle. I'm waiting on some others to arrive. And so let's see what we have. Sunny August. What do we have? Ideas. Card 9. All right. And it says Solar Cycle 9. So, okay, card 9. It is a 9-year, right? Endings. All right, I'll read from the book here for a moment. Deck is by Stacy DeMarco, and it's Queen of the Sun Oracle. So, a stone connected to this is fire agate, by the way. And it's funny because I almost brought over my fire agate small tower. So interesting. So this is leaving space for dreaming. Journal. Make time to think and to allow your imagination to work. Take a retreat from your usual work. Make creativity a priority. Again, you're getting the same thing. Like, hello, resting, right? Imagination. The cards, it's amazing how they talk to each other. A mantra could be, I have exciting ideas that enable me and others to flourish. So this is about often after we achieve something and feel a sense of contentment, we start to get a little antsy. We begin to think, what's next? I do this. What's next? And it shouldn't be something to panic or worry about. It's just, that's the way things go, to wonder, what's next. So after all, nature has a cycle of followness, seeding, birth, growth, fulfillment, rest, and death. When we begin to have a lot of ideas, this is part of the seeding, birth, and growth pattern. Having ideas, even lots of them, is natural, yet we must have some discipline in which ones we choose to action and when. Giving yourself a sense of expansiveness and space without pressure is a good way to start the ideas forming and flowing. Write them down, journal yourself through the ones that stick around, and then when you're ready, begin to form a plan of action if you choose. Allow the ideas to rise within you and flow forward. Now, not everybody likes to write, okay? And I can't believe how much of what we just read, you saw cards in the reading about it, right? I mean, the expansion, just all these different ones. So, and being too hard on yourself, maybe, always being like, I gotta go. What's next? Maybe it is time to like pause, reflect. Maybe sometimes Mercury retrogrades are good for that, All right. If you don't want to start something new at this time, you always have to follow your own intuition, right? Okay. Let's get an Elemental Earth card. No, Elemental Magic by Britta Bowman. Actually, the decks I'm waiting for are from Britta Bowman, but they come from, I think, Denmark. So I'm a huge fan of hers, of her work. Chaos Magic. Oh my goodness. I have to tell you. So she has an animal deck that I use all the time here. Those of you who watch me know. Scarab Beetle is a card in the animal healing deck. And it keeps showing up. I mean, it has showed up all of July. I'm going to pull the card right now. I'm sure it's nearby. There it is. Okay. There it is. So we keep getting this card in readings, and it's Chaos Magic. And here's this. Chaos Magic. And it's a completely different deck. And these cards, it's like a deck of like almost 60 cards or something crazy like that. So it's a lot of cards. In the chaos, find not just disorder, but the raw material for creation and evolution. Embrace the reality that expansion will persist. And by leaning into the chaos, you can navigate its unpredictable currents. Air sign energy written at the top of the card. Air having to do with intellect, mind, freedom, relations, movement, ideas, thoughts, clarity. And doesn't that look like the Hermit? I mean, come on. This is amazing how they talk. This is why I think the guides do this to me, Spirit, Source. They do this to me because I get so excited and it's like funny to them. And then I have to like try to keep it cool on camera with a microphone and not scream and whatever. Anyway, so I'll read this card again then. Scarab Beetle, Chaos Magic, card 50, Soul Star Chakra. What appears to be falling apart is actually falling into place. New life emerges from seeming chaos. Trust in divine order and timing. Those of you who watch me regularly, we have had this card so many times. So many times. And there it is in a different deck, different picture, but same author, but and she even spelled it differently in each one. So it's like they're not identical, they're different messages, but similar. And your Sun Oracle card also, your Queen of the Sun. Also, it was all about the birth of ideas and how everything has a season, right? And like sometimes, we're planting and growing, and other times we're resting. Think about what the trees do in nature, right? They have to have that time where, they release what needs to go in order to birth something new, right? In order for new growth. I also want to get you Power Animal cards, also by Britta Bowman. We'll do power animals. And what else? More messages from our guides. This time it's our animal guides. What would you like to tell us, please? Komodo dragon. Forge ahead with patience and calculated precision. You are destined to win. That's right. You're destined to win this August. Angel number 444. You're guided and protected. Angels watch over you with love and encouragement. That's what I have for you. Please do like, subscribe, leave a comment, become a member. Thank you.